Misogyny and Sexism. Is it still relevant in 2017?
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh,
definitely.
And before we start, for those who don't know, misogyny is the hatred, dislike or mistrust of women or prejudice against women. Sexism is the discrimination or devaluation based on a person's sex or gender, as in restricted job opportunities, especially such discrimination directed against women.
Do you know what? First of all, on misogyny, let's talk about misogynoir, which is that, but towards black women in particular.
I was about to raise that issue.
All right,
I feel like that's a thing. And I mean,
the answer was relevant.
We're gonna delve into that anyway. So
everything.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember when I said black people are at the bottom?
Yeah.
Women are at the bottom.
Even not even in the barrel. Underneath that. I've always said that black boys will never care as much about black girls as black girls care about black boys. I feel that constantly, you know, black women are I guess the image that has been portrayed as a black woman as the carer, as the one to hold him down. Every time you're hearing about ride or die, that Gucci and Keisha, she held him down when he was in prison, that I feel like a lot of the time black women are expected to also take the struggles of black men on their backs as well as their own struggles. And I feel like black women make more effort into championing the issues that affect black men more than black men take the time to think about sexism and misogyny and how that affects black women. And I think that a lot of the time black boys kind of just feminism as a whole, they tend to write it off, but they write off that Western white feminism. It's always like, but you guys are always screaming that you want to fuck whoever you want to fuck, that if I should be able to punch you too. And it's like, there's a lot of feminist issues that I feel like it should be taken the time to delve in deeper, and you also need to think about how those issues affect your black friends and wives.
That's my point anyway. My answer to the question was that it's relevant, but 2017, again, back to the media aren't really targeting the more pressing issues, like they're more concerned about sexual assault on the tube. They don't have that on the headline news. I'm not undermining sexual assault, it's a big issue, accept it, but on the other hand, there are people in countries who want out to go to school, who can't drive, they can't do things for themselves. I think those issues are a lot more pressing than something going on in the tube at 2 in the morning. For example, there's a thing where people in this country, women can, I'm not saying they have equal opportunities in terms of getting a job and employment, but in some countries, if you're a woman, you simply cannot work. You're not allowed to do certain things, and I feel that people aren't really focused on the more big, like the more urgent issues, the more focused on the more microaggression rather than the actual bigger picture. At the moment, there isn't really equality in terms of, if you're a black woman, you have less life chance in general than a white woman. True or false? True.
Yeah.
I feel that they're more after their own interest rather than helping black women.
And I think that, I just feel like black women just probably feel like they need more support from black men in terms of supporting those issues and just caring about things that we also care about. And I just don't know, black girls have just always been at the bottom of the barrel, especially in terms of especially dark skinned girls in terms of their appearance and the dark skinned girl, she's loud. I even heard, I can't even remember where I heard this, but one guy. There we go. He was like that. He wants a light skinned woman because she's quiet, she's docile, she's gonna let me be a man, X, Y, Z. I had a friend, my own person who I called my friend, I had to disown this person, who came to tell me that all black girls are good for is sex, and that's it. So I think that there's a big no with his whole chest. Wow. With all his bust and chest, he came to tell me that. And I'm thinking, you're the son of a dark-skinned black woman with dark-skinned black sisters, and even though, darling, a dark-skinned black boy, please. And my issue is that even if it shouldn't have to be a thing where we have to. And that's another thing, even though I raised the point about his mother and his sister, it shouldn't have to be a thing where we have to be think about your mother, think about your sister before you're willing to humanize black women. You should just humanize us because, we're humans.
Yeah, but she said that.
They're more likely to support, basically, for example, the way we fight for, because obviously black guys have their own issues and they have their own, discriminations and stuff like that, but the way that black women fight for black guys and defend them, it's not the same.
I just want to ask a question about that. I don't actually have a major opinion on it, but is that just because of the friend that you just mentioned? They tend to be the more dominant ones They voice their opinion loudly. So that's what you hear, but doesn't mean to say that he's speaking for the majority of black men. If that makes sense. So maybe it's not that that's the case, just that.
I feel like that was just like an anecdotal thing, because even like on the TRU, especially like a couple years ago, before there was this whole like discussion around like misogyny and things like that, you would always see like black guys caping for white girls whenever they say like problematic shit, and these black girls gorilla this, you have no hair, that, take off your wig and let's see wagwan, like things like that. And I'm like, are you okay? I mean, laughing is like things like that kind of on a, it's like, I feel like these things tend to be so small scale that it's very easy to overlook and dismiss and undermine and be like, oh, you're overreacting. And I'm not here to say that black women are perfect either, because there are a lot of things that black women do that enforce certain stereotypes, or that, you know, even in the realm of masculinity, certain things that we might do to perpetuate masculinity, and even things like the stereotypes about like light-skinned boys being soft and you don't want that and you want a more masculine whatever. But I feel like the issue is definitely more prevalent from black men towards black women. So
I think that's from your opinion. I think the media plays even we're not just talking about the social media. So like I might retweet something thinking that it's just funny, but actually I don't actually agree with what I actually retweeted. But just because it's funny, I retweeted it. But someone might say, okay, they looked at this tweet and then they'll say, oh look, it's got thousands of retweets. That means that all these thousands of people agree with this statement. And then you might come to your conclusion that
it's from experiences as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So it depends on the individual.
A lot of black men hold a lot of hatred towards their mothers.
You guys ever see that tweet that went around a couple of weeks ago? Like, the real black girl. Can we make that a thing?
Yeah.
Alright, so topic number 3, misogyny and sexism. Is it still relevant in 2017?
Absolutely.
Most definitely.
And before we start, for those who don't know, misogyny is the hatred, dislike or mistrust of women or prejudice against women. Sexism is the discrimination or devaluation based on a person's sex or gender, as in restricted job opportunities, especially such discrimination directed against women.
Do you know what? First of all, on misogyny, let's talk about misogynoir, which is that, but towards black women in particular.
I was about to say that issue.
Alright,
I feel like that's a thing. And I mean, we're gonna delve into that anyway. So
everything. Do you guys remember when I said black people are the bottom?
Yeah.
Women are the bottom.
Even not even in the barrel. Underneath that. So yeah, and I mean,
I just wanted to touch on that. Do you think that perhaps it's to do with, obviously with where black guys are in terms of like the hierarchy, a sense of having control over something? Like for them to have a white woman, it's like sort of like subconsciously
like a trophy
I claimed something that was so difficult for me to claim, and it's like in comparison with a white woman, it's like when a woman is, when a black woman is being assertive or like, you know, being just expressing herself, they don't like that. They find that as a bit too much, too feisty, all of that, because they can't, subconsciously they don't feel a sense of control in that situation. They want to dominate because of their experiences.
Yeah,
or just, I just feel like there's more subconscious.
I think there's more to it than just, I think they say that, but like there is actually more to it that we don't actually realise than just saying, oh, I don't date black. They may say that, but I think there is something deeper. There has to be.
And when they say, you know what pisses me off? When they say it's my preference, and I'm thinking, okay, it's your preference. Let's talk about what your preference is based on. How did you form that preference? Where did you learn to have that preference? And then we unpack something deeper. And it's like,
but answer that question for yourself. Where do you think they got that preference from?
I was going to say, I think it all just stemmed down from racism.
it really
does. It's not because of us. Like when you think about it, really and truly, there's ugly and there's beautiful people in every single single race. You can find, there's no point saying, oh, I don't find this type of race attractive. No, you will find someone in that race attractive. So if you're
just like in the white race, I can find someone really ugly.
Exactly. So this whole idea that trying to brush that all black girls are not attractive, and I'm just thinking.
The thing in which personality traits aren't specific.
Oh, I was just about to say that people they always like black saying, oh, dark skins are too hard to handle, or like they're aggressive. It's like no, personality traits are not associated to race, and yet that's what many people do. They just stick the like unattractive personality traits or negative personality traits to darker skinned women, and even like I've had to tell my brother like. If you, because it starts from when they're young, like, and the best thing is to like attack it when they're young, and then so I'm telling him like, no, you can't think that there's no scientific basis in saying that it's pseudoscience. Like, how can you say that someone just because of how they look, just because of their skin color, that they are unattractive or unintelligent or all of these things? And yeah, I feel like he's 15 now. So,
what I was going to say, the problem is with believing into these kind of stereotypes. That's the problem. Like when even black people can be guilty as well, you know, of believing certain stereotypes, and that's why I try not to any sort of trend. I like to if I'm getting to know someone, I like to just get to know them as an individual rather than look at them like, oh, you're black, okay, then maybe you could be this because you're black, or you could be this because you're Asian. I just like to know you as how you are, and then I formulate my opinion.
We're really hard.
But sometimes it's difficult even to do that.
I feel like we're really lucky to have you on the panel because you guys just seem like people who make a lot of sense. But you're gonna have a lot of black boys that once you raise this point, it's oh you're bitter, oh you're jealous, and it's just like all I'm asking you to do is do two things: to unpack your preference and think about why you like that person, and also no one's getting at you because you like a white girl. We're not saying that you shouldn't like white girls, you shouldn't like light skin. What we're saying is that you shouldn't be with her because she's white and because of all the privileges and all the things attached to that. You should just like her because she's a great person.
And also it seems like if they do that, they're doing that as a backlash towards black women. So they're saying, oh, I'm with this white woman because black women can't.
We had a discussion how like sometimes you find that when you see a couple and it's like a black girl and like I don't know another race guy, a lot of the times you find that what was it? Point that the that it's less of like a whole fetish thing. It's actually genuinely like, and I'm talking about relationships, not just like I don't know, one night stands or whatever, because those are definitely, black girls are definitely fetishized there. But in the relationship, generally what I find is that it's actually like you never really, it's always the dark-skinned natural girl, like Di was trying to say, like this was a natural girl, like with the whole natural black looks, rather than I'm just trying to fetishize her, I'm only doing this because she's a black girl. It's really and truly like they like her for who she is, if you get what I mean. I don't know if I explained that properly.
I do get a kind of,
it's my friend's point, but I do.
I don't know if I'm like, whether I'm wrong for this, and if I am, sorry, but it's like I feel differently when, depending if it's a black girl and a white guy or whatever race, I'm always like,
I know.
And then if it's a black guy and if it's gonna be a black guy and a white girl, I'm more likely to question the basis of that relationship.
And I know this,
and to be like,
it's bad.
It's bad. Let me not even lie, but I have to admit that this is what I do. I'm more likely to question whether this.
I know what you mean.
Are you just trying to piss off your dad? Or are you just trying to get with a white girl because she's seen as more?
Because really truly, until I get to know that couple and really assess, is this really just because they generally get along? I will have my reservations and I'll just be
let me know.
Because you've got those things in the
that's the problem.
Because another thing is, I feel like a lot of the times black girls do get criticised for dating white guys. So for really and truly for her to like be dating that white guy, like she's not just gonna like just rush to date him. Do you get what I mean? Because of the criticism that she might also get. Like I know like it's probably not the same as a criticism as a black guy might get, but like generally I find that a lot of the times like it's kind of like, it sounds bad saying more genuine, but
even sometimes the couples look different.
They do. They really
kind of
do.
sense. And I know that we're not supposed to be like portraying stereotypes, but they just look a certain way, and you're more likely to be like, but why? I just don't know. There's just something about,
because in my opinion, genuinely, it's a generalization. When you see interracial couples and it's usually like a black guy with like a white girl or like a different race girl, a lot of the times it's not really like to do with what's it called, like genuine interactions. A lot of the time it's to do with the whole prestige of a white girl, or the girl's kind of like, or even if the guy generally likes the girl, for example, it can be turned the other way. That girl's only really doing it to be like, she's fetishizing the black guy.
Yeah, there's that, and that's
so you can
it
tell
goes both ways. Like, my
both
reservations
ways.
aren't just towards the black guy.
Yeah.
I question the motives of the white girl as well, personally.
But then what? I do think
That's problematic. It's my bad.
I think it's problematic because just
they are generalizing.
The Korean lady who shut the door, that was used.
Yeah.
If we have a problem with the mom not accepting even that girl, then we can't also do the same thing back, even if it happens.
I think it's not necessarily. I think there's a difference in that regard, in that she has fully, completely rejected this woman, denied her. But I just feel like, or at least for me personally, my experience is that I'm just gonna be like wondering. I'm not gonna like kind of discredit your entire relationship, or especially more times these people I don't really know them like
it's those people on the street.
People on the street, people in passing, and you obviously make your assumptions. But I'm never gonna like try and like completely discredit someone without, you know, if they've shown that, maybe in the instance of this Korean couple, they've shown themselves to be, they are a legitimate couple, they want to build a future together, and then she's completely shut the door on her. It's a bit different to like just kind of in the street and you're just a bit, or you just see people that you might know and you're a bit like, I wonder.
It's not different actually, because it's the same, it's deception.
Yeah.
So
it's a similar perception, it's just that there's a difference in that one is being acted on and then the other isn't.
Another thing I was gonna say, like there was this like one video that I watched where like again I didn't know the couple, and it was like a white woman and a black guy, and for me like I didn't feel those assumptions because basically the whole video was about the wedding dance, and like it was like an African like guy, right? And the way the woman really like took upon his culture to actually like have the choreography of doing the wedding dance and really accepting the African culture, I really saw like, okay, I can see like this is genuine, like nothing to do with the whole procedure, nothing to do with fetishizing, because really and truly like she's actually taken it upon herself to really like invite the African culture within her. And I feel like sometimes when you get the whole like a white girl with a black guy, and if it's a fetishizing thing, she's really not really that interested in the culture. So that's when you can start seeing like, you know, is this as genuine as it is? And it is subconscious as well. They might not like go into that relationship thinking, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, date that person because she's white because of the prestige. Like it's a subconscious thing sometimes, I think. But
you don't have to care about the culture though.
Yeah, but not necessarily. You're accepting the essence of who the person is, and part of who you are is your culture. Kind of showing an interest in things that relate to you.
But what the thing is, you're talking about her. What about him? Does he portray his culture to her for her to even accept in the first?
That's another question too. But I'm saying we're talking about in the instance that he does. Right. There are some people like even if I can give the example of my, I'm not saying that the whole marriage is a sham because I mean that's. But there's certain kind of with my uncle and his wife, sometimes I can detect little kind of tones of resentment. There's little things that she'll say or that her family would say. Her parents, they were talking about their children. So obviously my uncle, Congolese man, he's married a French woman and they've had children together, and her and then the wife's family now said about the children, oh, they're a bit too black in relation to their skin color. And then or the mum, she will not, the way she combs this children's hair stresses me out. She'll go like this, she'll hold it and she'll be like, oh, I didn't the comb is, I'm supposed to be touching that child's hair, but she shows no interest in taking care and maintaining, and it's little things like that part of who the person is, whether they show it, like when they show it, and even in like things like for the kids' hair, which is hair, like it's growing out of your head, it matters, and there's certain efforts and things that you have to take that kind of show that you care. For example, Kim Kardashian, when she went out of her way to go and went out of her way, she's her mother, but she should do it, but when she went to the hairdresser to learn how to cane row, to learn how to do Saint Anne's hair, a lot of people kind of gave her stick for it, but I thought that was pretty cool of her, and it was important for her to do that. As someone who, you know, she wasn't raised in a black family, she wouldn't necessarily have known how to do that before, but because she's now had the kids and she cares about the well-being of her kids and whatever, and she sees that as important, she's going to now learn how to take care of her kids.
About
taking the interest.
I think that's what I was going to go with the whole wedding to do thing. Like, okay, it's a superficial thing, but it's like for him that might be such an important thing. Like, like that wedding dance was important, and like bearing in mind this woman was like European, like they don't like in their culture they don't really have that sort of like that whole African woman dance. The fact that she probably had to have lessons to like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can really see it's the care, it's the intention of like it's
Yeah.
the effort, like it's not just like a superficial thing like you know, this is my black husband or whatever. It's I'm doing this to show you how much I care for you.
Yeah.
And by what's called expressing your culture, that's a way of me showing that I care for you, not just because you're my black or this and that, whatever.
So, do you feel that this is still necessary? Relevant.
It's
Let's just more like the rest of the world. That's just like in our side now, in the UK.
Because those are examples that are back now, so it's most definitely still relevant.
It's still relevant and still a conversation that people need to have, and I'm glad that we've like started a discussion here. I wish like there were like kind of more people and more different types of black people, because there's not going to be all black boys that kind of have this kind of similar view that you guys have. There's going to be black ones who are like, no, you're trying shit. Like,
you know, actually about those type of black people, I know a lot.